And welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn Hill. And welcome to Let's Talk.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
And welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn Hicks. And in the studio with us today, we have none other than my amazing, phenomenal co-host, Mr. 180.
Hey.
And my special guest, Miss Pamela Johnson. Let's give it up for Miss Pam. Come on in the room. Tell Lottie Dottie and every doggone body that we are live and in living color. Go ahead, Miss Pam. Greet your audience.
Hello, how you doing?
Here's Miss Pam. She's come out to join us tonight. As you all have seen, I've been posting all week. Miss Pam is a beautiful woman, a 40-plus model. Let's give it up for 40-plus models.
Okay.
Yes, let's give it up for 40-plus models because everybody I know can be a 40-plus model. I've gone to some of y'all's events, and I mean, y'all are some of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. My goodness. I mean, I know Dr. Cobbin was honored at the last function as one of the most fashionable women in Houston, along with Dr. LaShonda Johnson.
Right.
I saw that. I couldn't make that event. I think I was going out of the country. And then also the year before that, I went to another one of your scholarship banquets. And I mean, all of y'all are so grand and y'all are arrayed in such great splendor. I mean, and y'all keep yourself up. I mean, look at you. You look beautiful.
Well, thank you. We work hard to try to represent
Yes.
seasoned women and men.
Yes.
And it's Kelly Lewis Watson, the CLW 40-plus models.
Kelly Lewis Watson, CLW 40-plus models.
Right.
Right.
And Miss Deborah Locke is our CEO and president, which is the daughter of Miss Kelly.
Right, Deborah Locke. I think the last one y'all did wasn't Farrell Phipps a celebrity photographer?
Right.
Didn't I see him? Yeah.
As well as he modeled as well.
Right, that's what I was saying. I saw him.
Guest me and models.
Oh, that was beautiful. And so I remember that year before. Was it this year? I remember y'all had some Western or some Cowboys or something was going on.
Right. We had a Western look like this year. Everybody's into this boots on the ground.
Right.
So they had a theme this year with the guest model men.
All right.
That honored our queen.
So there, look, Dr. LaShonda, Dr. LaShonda Ryan, come on in. Hello, everyone. T-Way. Oh, that's my girl. She's in full support of Let's Talk Houston. So good to hear from T-Way. I've always admired you from a distance. Like, I know I've taken a couple of selfies with you. I've always thought you were a very beautiful woman. And you're very humble and easy to talk to every time I've crossed your path. And I do remember it was last year at Niecy Duffield Dobbins, that Black Excellence Award.
Right.
That's where we really engaged with one another. And I'm so glad I made your acquaintance and that I did save your number in my phone because, I didn't realize the power you pack. You're very quiet. You like to be in the background. I like to be in the background, believe it or not. But sometimes God, he'll call us to the forefront.
Yes, he will.
He will call. He called
will.
Mr. 180 to the forefront. You don't always want to be in the forefront, do you, Mr. 180?
Not at all, but hey.
But that's how I became a model.
Okay.
Because I'm used to telling students, training the business of cosmetology and
okay.
coaching. So some kind of way I got, hey, instead of you telling everybody else, why don't you show us? And I have to, practice what I preach.
Yes.
So then I was blessed by, Kelly Lewis Watson and the 40-plus models as an invite to model. And it's been a beautiful experience to give back to the community through modeling, bringing clothes to life.
Right. You bring such joy.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
So I did hear you say, I know I read you were a graduate of Texas Southern University.
Yes.
Okay, that's your alma mater. Let's give it up for Texas
Southern.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a cum laude graduate of Texas Southern in the class of 1979. Matter of fact, I'm a lifetime alumni member.
That's wonderful.
And I got my master's though from Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches as to be an administrator.
I love Nacogdoches. Going up there through East Texas. I used to go to Marshall, Texas all my life, so we had to go that way. And we would come through.
Just going to college and enjoying the the mayhem jellies and different stuff they had when you go there.
Right. So you say you were a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. So you're a soror of Dr. Jacqueline Horton Cobman, who is my mentor as well.
Right.
Wonderful. And
I'm a Diamond Life member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I'm an honorary member of Iota Phi Lambda Sorority Incorporated. And I'm in like numerous things. I've always been like a person that's in the community. I come from a family that tends to help others.
Right.
And it's just naturally in my blood.
That's beautiful. Dr. Cynthia J. Hickman. That's your
that's my mama. Yeah. That's my mama. Hey, mama, how you doing?
Dr. Cynthia J. Hickman. Always good to see the compassionate caregiver advocate. I make up my names, but I'm saying the caregiver advocate. And it's always good to see LaShawn. I know she calls this her little big brother, whatever she calls
my little brother. Yes. Thank
she loves you. Much love for you. And so you said that you were did you say a product of Forest Brook?
Yes, I was a
graduate
of Forest Brook class of the third class of 1975. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to have our 50th class reunion in October.
Wonderful.
Wow.
I was a Jaguar captain over there.
Right. I saw that other picture you said where you were Oiler or whatever that was.
The Houston Astros had a dance team in 1980 with J.R. Richards.
Okay.
And I went to help a guy, Robert Coleman, to make it for the squad, and I ended up being selected with him. So that was the cheerleaders in 1980.
Okay, I might post that. Yeah, I saw you with your little pom-poms.
Yeah, I was doing my little back then, hey, I wasn't shy.
Yeah, you were cute.
Well, thank you.
Like you are now. And so you were a product, so you graduated from Forest Brook, and then you left there and you went to Texas Southern.
I cheered 4 years at Texas Southern.
Oh, you were, look at you.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader at Texas. Well, at Forest Brook, I was a Jaguar, which was a drill team. And then I became captain.
Okay.
I'm always that sneaky boss.
Okay.
And then I moved on from there, and then I tried out for, like I say, I was helping a friend and became an Astros cheerleader once I graduated.
Yes.
And then I ended up teaching because, that my area was physical ed and health.
Okay.
And I coached and did drill team dance with the little girls, the teddy doll dancers and the bitty dancing dolls and just things. And I coached track, volleyball, things of that nature. So
you hung in there with what is it? I want to say Forest Brook ISD, North Forest ISD.
North Forest ISD.
Until they closed.
Right. And then they closed. I was fortunate to go to Humble
ISD
with my children and, my husband was administrator in the community.
Amen. So I saw, first of all, based on the pictures that I've received and I've studied, so you from your womb, you produced 2 NFL coaches. You got Marquise, and then for the Minnesota Vikings as a strength and conditioning coach.
My oldest one.
Then you had Gerard Johnson as the quarterback coach for the Texans.
Right.
Which is, I think, let's just give it up for this.
Well, thank you. We truly been a blessed family, but
Amen.
The 4 of us are physical ed majors. My husband, myself, and my 2 boys.
And your 2 boys.
And they grew up in an athletic coach family.
Yes.
My husband he went to Sterling High School in Houston.
Yes.
And he was a wide receiver at Texas A&M University back in his day.
That's wonderful.
So, and he did a little semi-pro, but not, major.
Right.
And so when my sons was born, they didn't have a choice because
we
put a ball in their hand. I think my Gerard, the one for the Texans, he has a baby picture with a football. That was his first picture with a football. His dad placed on him.
Yeah.
So he had claimed it way then.
Yeah, y'all claimed it.
And we never knew that it would, come to pass.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's phenomenal. So environment. So it's true when they say we are a product of our environment.
And that is true. And I have a large village of family and friends that help and help me guide and pray, support, and made sure that, everybody stayed in the right area. Because sometimes they're like any other church, they do things.
Right.
But by the time I find out about it, someone already did correct.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful.
So
it worked.
It took a village and it paid off.
It most definitely did. So I saw that your husband, so the gym at Humble ISD is named in honor of the late Larry Johnson.
Right.
And then the middle school gym is also named after Larry Johnson.
My late husband. And we give an annual scholarship every year at Humble High School to a deserving senior that have accomplished the 12 years to get them started, in their college, whatever career they have, whether they go to college or a trade school or just decide just to go get a job, we just give them some starter money to say congratulations and we're proud that you made it this far.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Well, I haven't talked to Mr. 180 in so long. I notice every time I look on Facebook, Mr. 180, he's in Detroit, he's in California, he's in Florida, he's in New York. I don't know where. Mr. 180, I can't keep up with you anymore. You're a man about town. So what's going on in your life, Mr. 180?
Listen, I'm just happy to be here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be in Houston, Texas.
Yes.
And to be amongst greatness. Y'all got to make some work for this, for this greatness. The Bible says, I don't get to do it too much, but the Bible says to raise up a child in the way he should go.
Yeah.
And when he gets old, he will not depart. So to see a strong Black mom,
yes,
I wanna thank you.
Thank you.
Because I'm a mama's boy, and my mom calls me, and she tells me all the time how happy she is, and how she's just excited on all the opportunities that have opened up for me.
Right.
And just knowing that those prayers that mama prayed while I was younger, even through the ups, the downs, the things that I didn't even know about what's going on the behind the scenes.
Right.
So first off, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done.
Because when my husband passed in 2007, Gerard, the baby boy, he was a sophomore at A&M. He was the starting quarterback too at A&M back in the day. Wow. But his dad didn't get a chance to see him start. And Marquise, the one was at Prairie View. He was a senior. And I'm like, okay, Lord, what I'm gonna do? I mean, the dad is not here to support, like Gerard was saying, when mama will quit school and help you. I'm like, nah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but God didn't bring us this far to leave.
Wow, my God.
But whatever it is, you're gonna make it.
Yes.
And we prayed together, and we still close today, And like I told him, you have an angel on the field. Your dad is always there with you.
Yes.
So, and a lot of time I have a comment, I tell him sometimes push, and people look at me like that loud lady just making all that noise. But it's prayer until something happens.
Yes.
But they know what push means.
Yes, they do.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll be hollering, come on, push, don't give up, because you can tell in their face, something not going right, or they ready to quit.
Yeah.
And they'll look up at me and give me that like, okay, mama's here, so I can do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I like
that's great. I like that. I like that as well.
Does it motivate you?
Man, that pushes. It was crazy because in my lowest point of my life, my mom would say P&S at the end of a letter. You always put PS and then you put your little notes. But she would always say P&S. Okay. It says Paul and Silas. What did they do? They prayed and they sang. And she said we always have to do our P&S. So when we get off the phone, don't forget PS. And she'll say a little note, but she knows P&S, pray and sing. If I can't do nothing else, I know I can pray and I know I can sing.
Yes, I love
so
that.
I just that definitely pushed to go to the next level. Like I've been telling people as I travel the world, you got to put one foot in front of the other. And I'm so grateful for all the support that people have pushed my way in my career to make things happen. And just to have praying women like you guys and mamas that's going to push us to go to the next level, even when we don't want to go, it always feels good to be able to do that.
Most definitely. I see that you have a love for like she has a love for her son. I also see that same love in you when you post pictures of your son and daughter. Like most recently, I was on your page. I saw the bonnet on the daughter, then I saw the bonnet on your head. And I said, you know what? They do look alike. I didn't see it until when you put that bonnet on. I saw that little girl's face on your face. I said, wow, girl. Yes, that's amazing.
So, yes, I'm so grateful. My daughter looks exactly like me. There's no denying my baby. And I love her. She just turned 1. And I can't believe,
a whole year on earth.
Yes, she just turned 1. She's walking and getting into stuff, and she loves her brother. So my kids is my heartbeats, all of them. I love my babies. Yes. And I've worked hard to make sure, and a lot of people, I tell them while I'm traveling, this is for my kids to leave a legacy.
Right.
Even if it's them seeing the motivation, so then they can get their own careers and do their own things. But I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing, I'm leaving a legacy for them. So yes, I love my babies. Yes.
You also get a chance to see as a parent what your mother went through or your parents.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes it's not as clear to your child. You become a parent.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's like the same way seeing, mother's or father's unconditional love.
Yes, ma'am.
And that keeps the child going too.
Yes, ma'am.
So
yes,
what
ma'am.
do you have coming up, Mr. 180? I know was it February? You always have that event that I attend. And I'm pretty sure you have another one of those.
Yes.
And I shout out for my Lifetime Achievement Award.
Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I so appreciate that.
This year we did have Crystal Aiken. That is my friend. She did come
that.
and she blessed the stage.
Really did.
Next year we're not stopping. Next year we're doing something bigger and better.
Okay.
But in November I'm gonna be here in Houston, and
Okay.
I'm bringing some of my people with me. Big shout out to Ebrandia Perry. She's doing
I love
Ebrandia and Crystal Aiken are doing a concert together.
Wow.
They have a new project that they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
We're actively working very hard on that. And they will be here in Houston November. I believe November the 15th, Lord.
Okay.
They're gonna make me so
is it a
y'all
Saturday?
It is a Saturday. So y'all will see me start posting about it because I will be here actively in the Houston metro area to make sure that y'all come out and support not only Ebrandia. Crystal Aiken is coming. Ebrandia is gonna be and they are preparing to give y'all
even Ebrandia.
Listen,
they can both sing and bring the house down.
Listen, and if you didn't come saved or you coming broken, they're gonna make sure that you come filled up.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so grateful for that. I got so much stuff brewing.
I know you do.
I got a lot of stuff.
You can't
brewing.
release it all.
Yeah, but y'all already know. Stay tuned. But again, I'm just grateful to be here in Houston this weekend and just having fun here in Houston.
Wonderful. So we go back to Miss Pam, as she's so affectionately called.
I'm sorry, I don't mean. I'm gonna get into some of these comments.
Yeah, get in there.
So Miss Johnson, my mom said hello, Virginia McCoy.
Oh.
She's
hey.
You know Miss Virginia?
Yes, very well.
That's why T Wade tuned in.
There we go. She said, "My babies are creative. We love to see them in action." Like my son plays the drums. He's 2,
really?
And my son plays the drums. He can keep the beat. My son is almost fully potty trained. Like
drums
yes, really? Like we not playing no games. Listen, they gonna be drummers and musicians. Y'all know we come from a musical home, so I'm so grateful. He has his own piano. He has his own drum set.
How old is he?
He's 2. My son's 2. My daughter is
and he's
1.
already playing. Okay.
Oh yeah, I tell people this is his house. We don't need this them kids' house. I just pay the mortgage. I don't bother nobody. But somebody said yes, congratulations. Come on, Journey. Yeah. Definitely twins. Big shout out to my sister LaShonda F. Ryans.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. That's my big sister.
I love her family. A couple of weeks ago, her sister-in-law was at our church. She sang, she spoke well. LaShonda's husband was there, and her sister-in-law's pastor from what was that church called? It wasn't the Luke. It was The Point, I want to say. The Point, Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. And anyway, the pastors were there. So, I mean, it was a very beautiful experience. And I remember you telling me you go to a Catholic church, right?
Yes, St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Humble.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
In Humble, Texas.
But I attend, in the church, and I seek to God, Lord, no matter where it is.
No matter where it is.
In a different building.
I totally agree. Yes. Like so I'm thinking back to your resume. You were a product of Humble. So you say you were a member of, you retired from Humble ISD with how many years total?
37 years.
Oh. Well, let's give it that. For longevity.
Public school, then I taught Houston Community College.
Okay.
And I taught at Texas Southern sometime. They had a Back to Basics summer program. And I would work, with different ones in that area.
Yes.
Wow.
And so now, with the passing of your late husband, how long were y'all married?
I think it was, I'm trying to think, because he died in 2007. We married in 1984. I'm not a math teacher.
Oh, is that 60?
So, we were together.
20, you said 7?
Yeah,
2007?
2007. So we married in 1984.
And I came out of high school in 83.
Oh, really?
Okay.
23 years.
Okay. So, we together, and we, like I said, he was a product of A&M. He went to Sterling and went to finish from A&M. And he coached and taught, and then he became an administrator on the end. We both became a principal. We both went to Stephen F. Austin and got our master's in mid-management.
You became one too?
No, I never. No, I'm not.
Okay. He went principal because you might go out.
I made sure that, I helped him with his schooling and got him. So we both had it. But I let him do the management and leadership because that's not, I was doing enough committed on a lower level.
Right.
And I liked that better than being put on the spot.
That's what you say. You like to be behind the scenes. So I like being behind the scenes.
Well, I get a chance to snip out every now and then, but it's good to be in the back and just watch things develop.
Yeah, I'm a people watcher.
So somebody asked, what sparked you to start modeling, Mrs. Pam?
I'm also a former cosmetology instructor. Well, I'm still a cosmetology instructor.
Okay.
And I'm always in the background, and I think they needed someone to model, and then a few people suggested to me because I'm always trying to be fashionable. And so I tend to practice what I tell my students.
Right.
And that's how once I retired, I retired and I started modeling with CLW 40 Plus Models 2014.
Okay.
I retired in 2016.
Okay.
And once I got the invite, and I was able to, because you have to fill out, get invited or apply. And they accepted me. I was like, you know what? I still have some good years left in me, and I still want to show people my style. Because to me, I can make cheap clothes look good.
Yeah, I don't know if they're cheap or not, but they look good.
So it was just something. I've never been shy, and I like a crowd and an audience because it was just me and a brother.
Yes.
Although I had a twin sibling who passed, but I do have an older brother that I just buried in he just passed in October.
You were taking care of him?
Right, I've been a caretaker of him before he passed. So I'm always looking for something to do because it was just me and him.
Right.
So that's how I got involved with dancing and cheering and modeling and whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to share your age because I don't think people realize.
68 years old.
68. Can you believe this? Let's give it up. I mean, how do you have? How do we? I mean, give me some beauty tips. How can we keep our weight down? Because I've been hitting the track here lately.
Because this stomach is going.
It's just metabolism. I guess I go so much, so I don't really have time to just really hold weight. But I've never had weight anyway. The only time I was large when I was pregnant. That was it. And
you probably wasn't that large.
Yeah,
I'm about to say you probably wasn't that large.
Turn around sideways. Oh, she's pregnant. Oh, yeah, that's me. I think with my baby boy Gerard, I was huge because the first baby, Marquise, I followed the rules and the guidelines. And
yeah, you did everything.
But with him, I ate everything. I could. I broke every rule.
Wow.
He was a 9-pound baby.
Oh my!
Oh wow!
I just broke every rule. I was just like, hey, I know I've been pregnant before. I know how to handle this.
That's
but
beautiful.
It's just a matter of just eating healthy and eat fruits and vegetables and things of that nature.
Okay. So, if you want to be a part of 40 Plus, you say you have to be invited, right?
Well, you can be invited as well as they do have a model call.
Oh.
And when they have a model call, most of the time another model will let you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you contact, if not, you contact, Deborah Lockett, who's our CEO and president of the organization. But we do have a website too, CLW40plusmodels.org. And you can sort of, get an idea of what's going on. Because what we do, we raise scholarships for C-average students.
I think I can type, that it's some kind of upgrade came on. Well, we can type now. We used to couldn't.
Okay.
CLW 40 plus. You spell out
the number. Oh, spell it.
Yeah.
40
plus.
I can't see a thing.
I don't have my glasses on.
Let me see.
You need a Y and then PLUS.
Bank off.
I got you.
Small favors. 40 plus.
Models. MODELS.
.org.
Okay.
LaShawn F. Ryan says, you look amazing.
You do. I mean, I could just talk about amazing.
That.
We have to know how to eat. Okay, are you one of those that drink water a lot? Or do you drink sugar drinks like Kool-Aid?
I'm learning to drink water.
Okay.
I'm a little guilty of that. But, I'm learning to put that a part of my daily routine.
So how do we spend our day? How does Miss Pam spend her day?
Well, I've been a caretaker for my brother who passed, and I'm still caretaking my mom who's 96.
Amen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she's still bossy and hard-headed. Everybody knows my mother, Miss Frankie. They know. But other than that, I do the outside sorority. I do the modeling with different other organizations as well.
Yes.
Like with Break Free Ministry with Miss Neeson Dobbins, who's having a Black Excellent Awards coming up July the 11th through the 13th.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw that.
And then Just As Production with the Bishop Chris Bowden. And that's where I was the first Miss Grand Queen he had.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And he has a thing that comes out for like seasoned women that letting you know that just because you get of a certain age, life is still ahead of you. It's not just over. And so you may not look the part or feel the part, but at least you can be dressed and nobody knows but you.
Yes.
So I have different little activities that I help people from a distance. because they invite me. Just like I was blessed to be on your show, and I really appreciate
thank you. You're a
thinking
blessing
enough of inviting me.
I'm blessed
because I don't see me like you all see me.
Really?
I'm just a country girl raised up in the city that enjoy people.
Well, you're a very beautiful woman. I like your humility, because I get from you that, you know, you don't think you're any better than anyone else. You have a very humble, sweet spirit, and it shines through. Your skin just, I mean, it's just glowing. I mean, your outfit.
Have foundation. I
I'm just. I don't, because I'm too. Oh, good morning. Well, good evening.
Good evening,
Minister Melinda. She's so glad.
Mourning somewhere. She might be somewhere.
They said weeping may endure for the night, but joy
comes. Come on now.
Yeah, and it's the
like me when you retire. Hey, you just
you
sleep
morning. It's all the same. No, you don't have a time. So during your day, I want to talk about nutrition. What does lunch look like? What does dinner look like?
Well, I'm getting myself back on a routine, but because I eat anything. I mean, I may wake up in the morning for breakfast. I may have oatmeal and toast.
Okay.
And I love bacon. And then like for maybe lunch, I may have an egg salad sandwich. I know they sound old.
I like egg salad, but nobody makes it.
I do like grilled cheese or something like that. Depends on if I'm out and about. You know, I like chicken, burgers. You know, I just eat everything.
Okay. Well, so it's no really. It's just about portion control, I guess.
No, I just eat. I don't have I've never ate a lot. I eat more like a bird. I'm sort of picky.
Portion control.
So, yeah.
Indirectly, it's happening. I mean, because see, some people, they want to eat 2 or 3 grilled sandwiches. They might want to eat.
And I love ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
I love Bluebell. I mean, I was born in Navasota, and Bluebell is Brenham.
Brenham, Texas.
From Washington County.
Right by Bellevue.
So, yeah, we grew up eating Bluebell.
I like Bluebell. Homemade vanilla.
Oh, yes.
Which one do you like?
Homemade vanilla, yes.
Okay.
You can mix it with anything and make it strawberry or whatever.
Yeah. Chocolate syrup.
Oh, wow.
Just make your own. But I'm just really, I'm motivated. I'm motivated because you're motivating me. Because all that about age, that doesn't mean anything. It has no bearing. Age is nothing but a number, as they say.
Well, you motivate me as well.
Oh, wow.
That's why when I first met you, you were so nice and polite.
Thank you.
And, you know, everybody you can't approach, especially when you put the title doctor on it,
oh,
they become another level.
Okay.
And we the people just have to say yes, ma'am, and move on. But you were just open and down to earth, and you had no problem taking pictures and posing.
Oh, thank you. You know, I come from a family of non-degree professionals, but they told me, you go out there and get your degree. My aunts, my mother, they're the type of people, they'll work on a job 50 years, hardworking people. You know, the type of aunts that clean houses for people, but I always had a pocket full of money because they weren't extravagant, they weren't splurging.
Wow.
So they, you know, and they didn't have they could get credit cards with huge limits, but they weren't running them up. You know, they were always holding on to the money.
Right.
My aunt would always say, I know how to take $1 and make it holler. I mean, she she would hold on to that money. Every time you needed something, they constantly give. Even while I was in college, you know, constantly giving me money, constantly putting gas in my car, constantly paying this, that, and the other. And so my cousins would come down from San Antonio. I had cousins, older cousins, and they would tell me things like, now that you got that doctorate degree, don't you be no educated fool out here. You know, my family would keep me grounded. Like, that degree doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would have people tell me stuff like, don't be like those people that get those doctorates and they use all these big vocabulary words and talk all above everybody's head. People would tell me this was all the time. So say, just like you can talk up there, you know how to break that stuff down and talk on a level where everybody can understand you. You don't have to get out there and get the grandstand, you know. So people would keep me, you know, humble with this.
When I met you, I didn't even know you was a doctor.
Right.
Because you didn't present yourself, you know, that way. You just like another beautiful lady that have to attend the event, you know.
Well,
and that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always like to bring it up. I mean, in work, they use it a lot. And then people that see me on the podcast and know me, they'll use it because I use it as the title for the talk show host.
Well, sometimes people treat you different if you have certain titles, like me being with my son's mom or coach.
Oh, yeah.
And I show up at the games and I'm just a regular fan.
Right.
And then someone, oh my God, that's your son? They've always been my son, but I don't go in trying to
push your weight on.
Right. And wear all this stuff with my name on it, screaming loud and do all that. You know, I just go in and sit down. And when they talk negative about them, they're entitled to their opinion. You know, I don't, you know, say anything like, that's my son or you. You know, I just saw the prayer.
I want to say it.
Yeah, you know, I think about it, like, don't read my mind. But I pray. and just keep on the product. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I did not know that was your son. Okay, good.
I mean,
you know,
I would wear a shirt with them on it. So
I
would put a shirt.
You put a shirt with their face.
I would put their faces on it.
I do have one shirt.
Like don't talk about my sons around me.
No, but see, you learn to learn from what they say.
Right. I can
I
go tell my sons.
Did you do that for real? Yeah. You better be careful. You better change. Because this is what they're saying. But I do have a shirt that says something about same family, different team, same dream.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
That's cute. Now see, that's cute.
Right, I have that on
different team, same dream. Put your boys. Oh, I love that.
So I have something like that. I made it, but I do have one, but I don't know how to put it out because they kept changing teams on me. So
my Pastor Clarissa Givens. I love Pastor C. She's another beautiful spirited woman, just so sweet and humble. Her mother, Minister Melinda. We're on the leadership team at Faith International Tabernacle. I really love this church out there. It's in Humble as well. Okay. It's something about Humble right now. I'm really loving Humble. That way, it's kind of far from me, but I have found love out there in Humble.
Well, it's like
what is going on out there?
It's like the best kept secret.
Okay, yeah.
It's been there, but no one saw to notice it because they don't make a big fanfare or whatever. Because Osteen, he finished from Humble High School.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of people they just quiet and do what they need to do. And,
one of the best kept secrets in Houston, Humble. Right. Yeah. So
we have the Luke Church out there as well.
Right. I did visit there before. That's another nice big church.
Right.
And that other guy's church is out there. Shawnee
Henderson.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Keon, is it?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I passed the lighthouse or whatever it's called. Right. So I passed by it on the way to my church.
Right. So it's slowly getting some recognition.
So it's some so what do you say to the widows? My pastor's mother, she recently lost her husband. Shout out to Minister Melinda. I know that she's been posting. They would have been married 47 years or something like that. His birthday also passed and made it. I remember they did a balloon release. The healing process. After your husband passed away, what are some steps? How do you heal?
Well, I look back at the memories and the things that we made and done, and I look at my sons because I see him through them. And sometime in the middle of the night when I can't sleep or I get emotional or whatever, I just open the Bible. Amen. Whatever page that is on, I just read it till I fall asleep. Because to me, I think that's his way of talking to me through God by opening the Bible and whatever page.
Yeah.
Some of them, I mean, I've never really paid much attention to, but I just, look at the memories that we made.
Yeah, memories.
Wow. So if I can ask you a question, sure. When it comes to I guess it would be grief and being a widow, because you said 2007. So to this day, and it's a two-part question, but to this day, do you still feel like emotional? Do you still have those days?
Yes. You would never really be over it.
Wow.
Because the love that you shared, and I look at my two sons, a lot of things they do that I like and don't like remind me of their father. And it sort of put a smile on my face on some of the things they say or do. It's just they're forever in your life, in your heart.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
They may not be there in person.
Right.
But it's sometimes when things get the best of you, some things that maybe they told you or you shared, it'll come to mind.
Yeah.
Or it's certain music on the radio. You just, my husband's love Maze before I let go. And, that was like, we dated years before we married.
Right.
And when I hear that night, it's always like, oh, he's somewhere in the area.
Yeah.
I like the line dance. So I get up.
Oh, she likes the line dance. She said, thank you for thinking of me, Dr. Hicks. I asked you about the grief.
Right.
Because hers was recent.
Right. And it takes time and you'll never, ever end it. It's like any other loved one that you love.
Yeah.
Because they made a special part of you. So
wow.
it's a part of your heart that'll always have a piece missing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You said it was a two-part question.
Well, she kind of answered it just really to inspiring people. I'm big on inspiring people. And I've learned that through this journey called life, God puts you through things just so other people can see. I've been through a lot of things in my life and God began to show me that I never went through these things for me. It was for other people. So just to hear you be able to expound on that and inspire somebody else makes me feel good because the same God that's bringing you through is the same God that can bring, I believe she said, Carr. I'm sorry, Minister, I'm not good with
Carr.
There we go, Minister, the same God. So for them to be able to see it with you, like, oh man, she's doing it. She's still going out, modeling and doing things and coming outside of her bubble. Is the same God that can help them as well.
Right. Well, you know, God, like you, sometimes you have to go through your lessons before you get your
lessons. Amen.
So when those things happen, sometimes it's like, okay, what are you trying to show me or why? It's just like when I do things and I'm trying to slow down. My family always tell me to rest, my friends or whatever. And it's like, God have given me this opportunity to share my blessings that he blessed me and my family with.
Right.
And, you know, I don't mind others getting a chance to see, you know, we're just down everyday people.
Right.
You know, and everything that we have is a gift from above.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Every good and perfect gift. She thank you for your advice, Minister Melinda.
Anytime, I mean, you know, at any time of day or night, you know, when you feel like low, you just, sometimes you pull out pictures, movies. It's not that we have all this social media.
Right.
You
can go back.
Different things. And it's sometimes things they said to you, things you said to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Bring back memories.
And sometimes my sons have said, Daddy this, or Daddy remind me. And I'm like, and they look at them like, oh, they're dealing with it too, but we don't hardly talk to each other about it. But when I hear them say things, I'm like, okay, they're grieving as well.
Right, from a different perspective.
Right.
The wife, you're grieving your own grief because you become as one.
Right.
So when they pass, it's like a part of you that, because y'all became as one according to the Bible.
And some things I never knew that the dad and them discussed.
Oh,
and they'll bring it up now. And I'm like, for real, Daddy told you that? You know, and this, you know, it's all that keeps the family close.
Yes.
Because, you know, sometimes when our leaders pass, or our grandparents or the foundation of the family, sometimes if you don't keep it together, you lose each other.
Right.
But through prayer and faith, you know, you can stay.
Yes. Well, you honor his legacy by staying together and being able to rely on, like you talked about the village.
Yeah.
Right.
Just because one member left, I mean, you are the matriarch, which you already were.
The torch was passed to me.
Yes.
Although I wasn't ready for it, but God knew I was. He gave me the things I needed.
Yes.
In order to carry it on, because I was like, okay, Father, when my husband died, he happened to be at the hospital, and there was just people everywhere when he had a stroke. And I asked God, I went in the closet. It's scary. Like I found a hall closet.
Yeah.
And I just prayed in there. Because at that point, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he had a stroke like on a Saturday, Monday, he's dead. And then I'm looking at everybody like, okay, he was my foundation. And I was following his lead. And I wasn't ready to leave.
No, you wasn't ready.
And then my baby boy said, Mom, you know, what we gonna do? And they gave me that extra strength, like, I don't know, but God gonna make sure if he sees us through it, he's gonna see us through it. So that's what gave me that extra, put on my shield and my armor. And I'm like, okay, God, you know, you use me to make sure that they don't, you know, have a problem not to dad. And so far, God has done more than what I ever dreamed of.
Right. She says there's Cynthia Hickman, the compassionate caregiving advocate. She says that we have to be mindful that everybody's grief is different.
Right. That is true.
Yeah.
And everybody's isn't the same timing.
Right.
It's crazy. You say 2007. My grandmother and my dad died in 2008. And we just realized, because it was 15 years the other day that my grandmother died. You know, I was Big Mama's baby.
Did you live with her, you said?
I did. Because I was a sick child, you know. And so, I was a very sick child, and my parents were working and, you know, providing and different things. So I had to go live with my grandmother. And I realized the other day I was having a moment, and my mom had texted me, was like, you know, 15 years ago today, you know, and some days it's better than others, you know, but then I realized when I talked to my mom, she doesn't take things as easy as I have. You get where I'm coming from. Even with my dad, when my dad died in 2008, you know, my mom might still grieve those things more than me, you know what I'm saying? But what I've learned, you can't never rush a person in their grief process.
Right. Because people make comments that I know where you've been, you know what you've done, but like you say, each person grieved different. And my oldest son, Marquise, he was more angry. Like, you know, he was mean, like, and I'm like, you know, I was trying to figure out why. And I think it was a couple of preachers as well as the priest at the church, at the hospital. And they was telling me he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, calm down. I mean, we all heard it. He was just mean. And then they was telling me that give him time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was challenging him.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the only one hurting. We all feeling this, and he was just different.
Angry.
You know?
Yeah. I went through that when, I think a lot of people knew. So me and my wife, we had a stillborn, and I was so angry just at the world. I was angry at God. I was angry, and because I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, why you? Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand. Like, we finally got to this point. You know, now I have two beautiful children, and even through that journey, we were pregnant 5 times to have 2 children.
Wow.
You know, and so a lot of people don't understand with the grief. We're going on 3 years, in a couple days, and I was thinking about it the other day. You know, I would have more kids, of course, if our son would still be living. But some days I have those moments where, man, what would it have been like? What was this? You know, and I know God does things for a plan, and sometimes you'll have people come and be like, "Oh, trust God." Trust God, and God has a plan. But sometimes as people, that's a hard thing to do.
It is. In death, we want to trust him, but the pain. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel good.
The human side of us,
right?
You know, pulls you another way. You know, you tugging or wrestling.
Yeah.
With, you know, which side, you know, can I stand on? Because I'm hurting.
Yeah. But again, I always ended with the same God that brought me out, and the same God that gave me a peace.
Yeah.
The same God that gave me calm. The same God that gave me joy. They say weeping may endure overnight, but joy comes in the morning.
Right.
And the same God that brought me out.
Yeah.
And I tell the story because I've been through a lot of things, and I want people to see that same God that did it for me can do it for you. For he is not a respective person.
Right.
It's not a respect of time. And so, yeah, I'm not even going to get there because y'all know I get to going. I'll get to going okay. Now. I'll get to going.
I remember when I was working on my school counseling certification in the Woodlands. It was a Sam Houston State. It was a satellite campus in the Woodlands because I was working in Aldine. So I could just hop on the freeway and keep going farther north. So it was convenient. And my mama died. This was back in 2013. My grandmama died. We buried my grandmama October 2012. Then my mother October 2013. Then my brother October 2014.
Wow.
So these pillars in my family, boom, 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 he moved them. So I'm wobbly. You know, I can't stand, you know?
Yeah.
Because my mama was with me at everybody else's homegoings.
Wow.
I could always sit with my mama. Right. When my grandmama, when my, you know, so at hers, I mean, she couldn't be there for hers. She was there. And then with my brother, I didn't have my mom to lean on, you know what I mean? Because she wasn't there no more. It was painful. It was weird. But anyway, my point was, while I was at that counseling certification, I had to take I can't remember how many classes, 6 or 8 classes. We had to actually counsel people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we were students, but I had a doctorate then too. But I was working on that certification. So the community, for whatever reason, they were aware that you could sign up for free counseling. You just sign some type of waiver that you want to receive the counseling from the students. And so we provided the free counseling. And so they were educating me as well on how to counsel the people, but it was helping me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Lord placed me there to get the counseling certification to help me. Because my mama died, and I wouldn't have ever gone to counseling, times out of 10. But because I was there, they were providing me with counseling because I was getting educated on how to counsel other people in grief, in loss, in being violated, sexual, or whatever it was. Because I was counseling all kinds of people back then. But anyway, they talked about grief, how it comes, like you said, it comes at different times. So they were talking about it coming like a wave. You know how ocean wave, it'll blow up real hard, then it'll subside and everything will be so peaceful and calm. Then boom, it'll hit you again. Yeah. It's like and I was experiencing that. You know, it's kind of like some days you just be skipping along and everything be so beautiful.
It's just like holidays come that you normally share with them.
Right. Anniversaries,
birthdays, Christmas is like everybody's family is all together again.
Right.
And somebody's missing.
Yeah, you feel it.
You know,
it's not the same. You got to find your new normal.
Dr. Cynthia Hickman says, and everything that God gives us is on a loan.
Exactly.
What I've learned in these times that we're living in now is you gotta love everybody. I go into every relationship with so much respect.
Yes.
I try to be as humble as I can. I try to be as loving and caring, and use empathy with people. And that's really what it's about now, is really going into these relationships in these rooms with love and do understand. I tell people all the time, I've been blessed to be on, I think, like 7 planes in the last couple weeks. And I tell people, you know, you was talking about how much you work. You don't know what I just got off a plane and did. You don't know what news I just got. You don't know what just happened. You don't know good, bad, or ugly. So we have to love each other through that. We have to be respectful of each other, because one day people are here and the next day they're gone. And then you're at a funeral saying, I wish I would have, and I can't do this. Because what I learned at a very early age was, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. And, you know, that's why I went to college. I actually graduated college out here in Houston as well.
Amen.
And so when I went to college, I went to Commonwealth Institute for Funeral Services over on the north side. And when I graduated college, it was because in 2008, a lot of my family had died. And I said I felt connected to them and worked there. And it was just like, you know, I had to come to the understanding of, there's no comebacks. So like what you said is what you said.
Yeah.
How you treated them is how you treated them.
How you did it.
And then I had to learn from now on, from 2008 on, I'm gonna love you regardless. You know, I have a little sister. Some days we love each other, and some days I just be wondering, you know. But I tell her, no matter where we end the conversation, hey, I love you.
I love you.
And I'm getting in my car and I'm going to my house, you know, however it is.
That's the last word.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, to me, people need to stop wearing their feelings
on their sleeves
and stop taking things, everything personal is not totally about you. I may say a comment, but that don't mean I don't like you, just that I disagree. Or it's something that, you know, I feel you can do different. Although you still gonna do what you want, but I'm giving my little 2 cents. You know? And so, and also too, to me, God owns everything and everybody. And he know the plans he have for all of us.
Come on. Right.
We may not agree, but sometimes it's a reason. Like you said, you had children that were stillborn. It was a reason that he delayed or took those kids for the ones that you have. You know, so it's sometimes like when my husband left, my husband had just turned, I think, 50 in November, the 5th, and then December 17th, he was gone. Like you say, here today, gone tomorrow.
Right.
I'm like, what happened? You know, because he wasn't sickly or nothing that I knew of.
Right, that's what I was wondering.
He had prostate cancer.
Did he tell you?
He hadn't told us.
Oh, he didn't tell you.
So I didn't know. But he had prepared us for him leaving by getting us a new home and both of my son's scholarships. He put everything in place, and I didn't realize it till after he died, he had done all of this.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, you know, God, like I say, the lessons before the blessings.
Yeah.
Wow.
So once he left, he didn't totally leave me just empty-handed.
No.
We had a home, the kids had scholarships, everything was set up, all his benefits. Yeah. And I was just speechless that he had prepared all this without me knowing it.
Without you knowing it.
Wow.
That's amazing. He loved you.
He did.
And his sons.
Yes.
I like this. This makes me happy. Black love.
Right. And that's something sometimes, you know, we spend more time dwelling on the negative instead of, especially to our men.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people say, you said it because you have sons. No, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, it's
you know,
true.
There are some good in everybody. There's some bad women like it is men based off of people's opinion. You may not be bad because my experience with you didn't do some things I wanted.
Maybe you triggered me.
Right. You caused me to do what I did. But
I normally don't act like that, but hey. But that's what you get.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why
I have no comment, y'all. 180 Life has no comment.
Amazing, great. I love Dr. Cynthia. She's coming, boy. She's on the coming. Give it up for Dr. Cynthia J. Hickman.
Thank you.
She's working those comments. Come on, Dr. Cynthia.
Yes, T. Wade says yes, lead with love. I haven't seen my friends in a minute.
I love T. Wade.
Yes, she said yes, lead with love.
Must do it.
And that's what I really feel it's about.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about Dr. Hicks here.
Amen.
That woman can love you no matter what. Listen.
I've had people
Listen,
tell me that
she-
before.
You know, and every time she sees me, I remember the first time we met.
Mhm.
She said, "You're gonna be a superstar. Let's take a picture." I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Who is this lady?" I didn't know what was going
That's
on.
why I told you I didn't know she was a doctor.
Mhm.
So that's the lady. She was like, oh, I didn't know. But she didn't say anything. You know, she just was just normally walking
Mhm.
around like she was just blending in with the crowd.
Well, that's what, like
And-
you say, you like to be behind the scenes. That's what I was telling you. Sometimes I don't want people to know who I am. I like to do that at churches too. I don't want them to know I'm a doctor. I don't want them to know I can sing or nothing. I just
She
like
got
to
an author. She got a bunch of books. She got
Praise
this
the
going on
Lord.
and
Thank
that
you,
going
Jesus.
on.
Really blessed.
Praise the
And-
Lord.
But that's crazy because I was Dr. Cynthia J. Hickman, Dr.
Mhm.
Hicks, Dr. Cobbin.
Hot
It's
and
certain people that I've come in contact with
Yes.
in this last season that I've been in. These
Mhm.
doctors have opened their arms to me, you
Yes.
know, and
Mhm.
I tell people my testimony. 10 years ago, you would have told me I would have been in y'all's presence. I probably would have laughed and she'd be like, "Yeah, y'all doing way too much, entirely way too
And we're
much."
just everyday people.
Right.
To us.
Yeah.
And that's I like too about us tooting each other's horns
Yes.
instead of the jealousy and it's enough for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to see us support and encourage each other
Yes.
because so many people, that's what mental health come into point.
Uh-huh.
They are locked into a shell and they feel nobody cares. Nobody noticed anymore.
Mhm,
I done got
mhm.
older.
I agree.
Or I didn't finish school. I'm not popular. I'm not
Yeah,
this.
I'm not good enough.
Right. And you have to sometimes just tell yourself,
not worthy.
you know, hey, toot your own horn,
Yeah,
pat your own back.
All right.
You know, celebrate your own success.
Celebrate your own success.
Wow. I just put that on Facebook the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, you put something.
I put that on. Yeah, I put that
Mhm.
on Facebook the other day. You
Yeah.
have to be able to still walk forward even if they don't congratulate you.
Right, you have to.
Brag on yourself. I mean, if you
You
notice
know.
my page, I'm always posting, but most of
Mhm.
the time I post positive things
Mhm. I do
and I
too.
share other people positive things, you know, and that's just something like I think one time Nisi, she had a
Mhm.
workshop on domestic violence
Right.
and she had the audience to put little names of things in a basket, but don't tell who you are.
Don't tell who you are.
And she had the panel to just pick, you know, reach in like a raffle
Yeah.
and just read off, and then they recommended suggestions.
Mhm.
And some of the ladies stood up and said, "That was me, and I needed someone to tell me or to talk to, but I was
Oh,
ashamed."
that's beautiful.
And one of the ladies that was there, her mom and her sister siblings,
Mhm.
and they didn't even know that the sibling was being abused.
Oh,
Wow.
And
they kept
through
it.
that day,
Mhm.
she was able to tell them what
Yeah.
had been going on.
Reveal.
You know, so sometimes you need an outlet, and it's not always monetarily.
No.
It's just your presence,
Your presence.
your prayer, just your text.
Mhm.
You know, somebody compliment you that day and say, "Oh, you know, I like what you got on," you know, or whatever it might be.
Whatever.
But it also comes with the transparency of it.
Right.
Platforms like this where you're able to be transparent
Mhm.
and you're able to talk about things that you've been through, where have you gone, because again, it comes to inspiring the people.
Mhm.
And that's what we should be doing anyway. We have enough negative things in the world
Mhm.
for us to add on and create new problems. So if you can help someone, you know, you can, but don't hurt them.
Right.
Wow.
You know
What-
what I wanted to say? That time, you remember, I mean, I did your front cover only once. I can't remember, maybe been twice. But the cover where I had that fur on.
Oh, that fur gave me life.
No, but wait a minute.
The fur gives me
But
life.
wait a minute. That is one of my favorite covers. And that whole shot that Farrell Phelps did, shout out to celebrity photographer Farrell
Yes,
Phelps.
he's excellent.
That's
And-
big bro right there.
And then you also a celebrity. I know you've shot Fantasia too in
I
different ways.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
But my point was this. You might not even remember jokingly one day. I asked you, you came and you remember you brought me the big picture of myself
Mhm.
as a gift with that fur. And you said that you had friends or guys was asking you, who is this woman? Is this the Real Housewives of Dubai?
Yeah.
And
Dubai.
at the time, I wasn't thinking about going to Dubai. And you spoke that and I ended up
My
over there.
God. In Dubai.
You remember when you told me, you said
I
they're
did.
asking you, if who is this?
They
Is she the
did.
Real Housewives of Dubai? And Dubai was like, it was nowhere in my spirit.
Wow.
Oh my
So I'm
goodness.
saying that was like a seed.
Yes,
And then when
ma'am.
the opportunity presented itself, I ended up over there.
You
This past
did.
April, my
I seen all them pictures. I said, look at Auntie out there. She out there living her best life. I'm out here slaving to work, and she out there living her best. Taking pictures. She was praying and got a thing. I said, man, we out here working, and Auntie out there living, baby.
Well, look, let me tell y'all what. This is my 35th. I retired and I stayed gone 2 years and I came back. So I've done an additional 6. But I'm saying I retired with 29 years and then I've worked an additional 6. So now that's 35 years in the field of education.
Wow.
Plus I'm turning 60. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to take some of these trips. Because people are always offering me different things that they're doing and going. But, I don't always accept. Mm-hmm. But this year I accepted several. Good. And so it was a blessing. Wow. But I'm just saying, when you said that they were asking you, who is this woman? They did ask me. Harpo, who that woman? I mean,
They did.
Is this the real? And I thought about it. I said, Mr. 180 had spoke that about Dubai years ago. Grateful. So many years ago.
Man, 2 years ago, I want to thank you first off. Listen, let me tell y'all how this, and I'm just so grateful for humble beginnings. A lot of people, they laugh at me now because I cry. Because when I started my magazine company, I started it with a prayer. Nobody wanted to help. I was begging people to be a part. Like I would call, be like, please, like this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Now to be, I have over 4,000 subscribers, and they come through Amazon. And it's like some days I wake up and I'm like, man, this can't be real. That this is really happening to little old me. And so like now, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you to believe in me. Yes, and it was crazy. She was like, you got to be on my podcast. But 3 years. You had 3 years. It popped up in my phone. Year. This is your 4th year. It popped up in my phone that it was like your anniversary or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that consistency is key, number one. Yes. Not just over there, but speaking.
Yeah, I spoke at it was a Brilliance Fest in Dubai. I was one of the speakers.
Okay.
And like I'm saying, I just stepped out on faith.
Dr. Hickman said you left her at home. She's ready to go to Dubai. She said you just left her.
Well, I didn't know y'all wanted to go.
We can do I can't go because I'm not over 40, but I can do an over 40s trip to Dubai. What we gonna do? Could. I'm gonna put it together. We're gonna y'all stay tuned. All right. I'm gonna do a retreat somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be over 40s. We're gonna all talk wisdom and knowledge and love.
Whatever kindness. Topic.
Okay. But so you was over there talking and speaking to them in Dubai?
Well, no, I was on a platform to speak. The host, she arranged for people to become speakers if you wanted to speak at the event.
Okay.
So I submitted my name and they accepted.
Oh.
And so when I went over there, I was talking about podcasting.
Okay.
Because she said that she saw me as an expert in that field. She said, you have something to say because you've been doing it. You produce content and people will see you as a leader or an authority figure in that particular realm.
Oh, wow. That's
That's what I spoke on. We all spoke on different things, but that was my topic.
Well, let me know next time. I'm ready to go.
We're going to have to get ready to get out of here because we've gotten very comfortable here at the end.
Okay.
We're just chit-chatting now. I mean, we've shouted out the magazine. We've shouted out the podcast. We've shouted out. Well, we've been shouting out Miss. She's our special guest. Let's give it up for Miss.
Thank you, Miss
Pam.
For having me.
You're such a sweetheart. I mean, a mother. Yes, we got to go back and hit. Let's highlight. So you're a mother of the 2 NFL coaches, Marquise Johnson, the strength and conditioning coach of Minnesota Vikings, Gerard Johnson, the quarterback coach for the Texans, right. And you're a product of North Forest. You graduated from Forest Brook, and then you went on and you taught in North Forest until they closed it, and we stepped on over here to Humble ISD. Mm-hmm. I mean, and you graduated. This is my field, so I can memorize stuff because I'm and so then you graduated from Texas Southern University. Then you went on over there to Stephen F. Austin, was it?
Yes.
In NACA to get your master's degree. Went on and raised those boys up with the village. Then, even though your husband passed away in 2007,
stop.
We stepped out on faith. We kept right on going. We had our house. Amen.
My God,
that's the truth. That's a good way to end. Prayer still works. Y'all better take heed. We gotta pray. Y'all keep praying. She said, push.
Dr. Hickman says she needs your info. How can we contact you? They're trying to get your information.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had a website or.
I don't really have a website.
I know that's what I was thinking.
I have a
Facebook.
I have a Facebook account and an email. But
okay.
What's the Facebook?
My Facebook, I have 2 of them. One is Pamela Aura Johnson.
I saw that.
And the other one is Pamela Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't set up my Facebook, so somebody did, and that's
how you got it. Well, that's okay.
Okay, Pamela R. Johnson, y'all please go hit that follow button.
And she got the big hat on.
And she got a big hat on.
When you see that hat, that's the one.
And Pamela Johnson and Pamela R. Johnson.
We can type those in.
We're gonna definitely tag you in there.
Okay. Thank y'all so much for believing in me and Dr. Hicks for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, most definitely.
Like I said, I just saw go where I'm I can blend in.
Yeah, I try to do that too.
I help others, just because I can.
I can't
and more
see.
people see
Yes,
more
ma'am.
of me than I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Pamela Johnson.
Look, everybody, I need y'all to hit that share button, hit that like button, turn on those post notifications, because Let's Talk Houston, ain't that how she said? Let's Talk Houston is on your platform. So if you have it on your platform, I need y'all to hit that share button, hit that like button. Matter of fact, if you've already shared the platform, I got free magazines in my bag. I brought them with me. Amen. So if you can hit that share button, because we need to run up these likes, run up these views. We need people to know that Dr. Jalen Hicks, Lord Jesus, y'all in these Hickman, everything. Dr. Jalen Hicks is in the building every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 right here in Houston, Texas. Let's Talk Houston is on the air. So we need you to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, turn on those post notifications, let people know that Dr. Jalen Hicks is on the air. Amen. And if you hit that share button, if you guys hit that share button, tell me that you hit the share button. I will inbox you from my page, and I will get you guys a magazine for this month. All right.
Giveaways. So what's your email?
Eagle.
Fly like an eagle.
EAGL.
EAGLE.
21.
Pat Washington. Who is Pat Washington?
That's my cousin. Where is she?
She said beautiful platform, cousin.
Thank you. Hey,
T-Way said thank you all for sharing with us.
Eagle 2111.
With the hat. Make sure you got it with the hat. And yes, ma'am, I will. She gave me strict direction. Archie, get her information. They are typing y'all on
2111 414?
Yeah, 442.
Oh, 442.
They're typing on this.
442.
Listen, y'all hit that share button, hit that share button. Let people know we here. We thank y'all so much for spending your evening, your Friday evening with us. Houston, Texas, thank y'all so much for all your love, all your support on 180life.com. Y'all already know why they typing all this in. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my plugs. Listen,
180life?
180life.com. Get your marketing, social media marketing. If you're ready to podcast, you're ready to take your business to the next level, go ahead and tap in with me. Archie J. Jenkins on Facebook. On Instagram is 180life_180 show. Y'all already know it's the big brother with the bald head, the loud energy.
Is it Archie J or
Archie J. Jenkins.
Archie J. Jenkins.
I need to speak to her son in Texas. Dr. Hickman, I'm gonna make sure I give her your number, and y'all can connect. Y'all can have coffee, tea, and everything in between. I got you.
Y'all the sweet ladies.
So listen, and that's the proactive caregiver advocate.
Yes.
Listen, she doing some big things here in Houston, Texas as well.
Yes.
So definitely we're gonna make sure we get you guys connected. I support 180 Life. I thank y'all so much. Houston has been a vital part of things that I'm doing. I just signed a contract in Detroit. Amen. And I got some big things moving maybe here in Houston. They told me to pack my bags. Right. So y'all pray for me. Okay. Yes, y'all pray for me. PNS. So yes, my mama said PNS praying scene. Right. So thank you so much, Dr. Hicks. Thank you so much for having us. Y'all make some noise for us.
Taking time out your busy schedule.
Thank you. I'm just an instrument.
We thank God for you.
Lord, pay me in any key you see fit. I'm just an instrument. I'm just a vessel. I take I can't even take any recognition. I mean, I'm saying it came from him. The idea for the podcast came from God. And then down through the years, all you beautiful guests, y'all came from God. Because sometimes I don't have any ideas. Like, where are the guests coming from? And then boom, 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 they fall in my lap. Thank you, Lord, for the guests.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Listen, if your kids is out of school, take them outside. Y'all stop leaving them inside with them tablets. I'm just saying. My bad. I had to put that.
Okay.
Take them outside. Take them to the little spray pad.
But now be mindful of this. When you take them outside, give them something to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I went by my aunt's house. She had her grandkids outside. I'm like, what happened? Y'all in time out? Granny told us to go outside and play. But they so attached to the cell phones.
They don't know
tablets.
how to.
They didn't know nothing about a jump rope or a race.
Wow.
They just stand around. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Grandma told us to go outside and play. And they just looking at each other. So you're right.
T-Way says she's loving. Am I clapping a lot, T-Way?
She said I'm loving all the applause. So you say make sure we give them something to do.
So they getting ready.
So go outside with them.
Coloring book, jump rope, kickball, soccer, something, you know, to do
The
besides
splash pad and everything.
Listen, we're gonna have to get on up out of here, y'all, because when I see guys start roaming in and out the room, I need to shut it down. Okay. And so
if you want to take these hats off and have a whole different.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And as I always say in part, I want to say shout out again to Miss Pamela Johnson. Shout out to my co-host, Mr. 180. I want you to remember to make yourself a priority. As I always say in parting, remember to make yourself a priority. Do something special for yourself because God loves you and so do I. Toodles. Bye-bye.